I think.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Roll call.
Thank you, David.
Here.
Roger Mayhew.
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Charles Wiltie. Craig Scott.
Here.
Mark Serbrook.
Any additions or corrections to the agenda, commissioners?
I don't have one.
Do you have any additions or corrections?
No.
I need to add Jared on, for the veterans, so let's put him underneath 4B. He said it'll be brief and,
Extremely.
okay,
Or B.
yes, approval of the agenda? We don't, we have the right one,
Oh, right.
I do.
MSU. Yeah.
huh?
Put it right before MSU. That way it'd go really fast.
Any public comment
I didn't say.
in the room? Any public comment on the phone? Appointments, we have 4A, Phil Durst and Penny Paya from Economic Development Corporation. The new EDC magazine. Hi.
So we had the appointments for Teresa and
We're still.
Ray. Where's Phil? I don't know. He said he would be here.
We're right on time, so.
So we're good with that?
Okay, awesome.
We had our economic outlook breakfast,
Yes.
and so I brought some magazines. That's when we handed them out. Maybe. You want-
There you go.
You.
Thank you.
There you go. Incoming. Thank you. So, we included projects from all over the county, and all the projects that are in here, we kind of helped or aided in some form or fashion, whether it was a support letter, whether it's being on their board and we're helping them do through the process or whatever that looks like. But we shared, I reached out early on to get information from all across the county so we could make sure that everyone was represented, and this is what we got back and what we're able to share.
You're representing Mills Township, Skidway, Lake Chamber. How nice. Yep. So how often do you guys plan on having a,
At least annually.
okay,
We talked about more than that, but at least annually, so we can give, you know, a shout out to everything that's going on and an update on what's going on with the EDC.
anything new with the EDC?
Just doing a lot of really great projects. We had to be quiet for a long time working with Wausau and Taylor Door on that project. Now Wausau is open and we have at least 3 more phases to that project if everything stays on track. I have a couple more projects similar to that that I'm working on in the background. Here in West Branch and in Rose City. We are making some good progress on the housing. We have some funding coming into the county and it's looking positive. We're a slow start, but we are way ahead of the game when you look at a lot of our other counties in the state. We were like the 3rd one to get the Housing Advisory Board pulled together. We were the 2nd one to hold our developers open house or a similar event like that. We've had 2 now, and we have another one that we're planning. We have Mishta coming in. I spent time on the phone before I came here, working out the details on that. Things have changed because of the funding changes and the state and the federal and all that fun stuff. So we are trying to get that all brought here, so we can help our developers get some of their projects up and moving.
Nice. Questions?
And I have at our economic outlook breakfast, we share updates. This is a project from all of the childcare grants that we have been a part of over the last 3 years. And it talks about the childcare, I'm sorry, the childcare back office, which is the product of all the action plans pulled together from those grants and projects. It's a great, tool to have, and if you guys get a chance, if you just search childcare back office, it will pop up. It's in its infancy, but it will help current providers with their needs. It will help new providers get set up, and eventually it will help families as they come into the county find the help that they need for their childcare.
Nice.
And then we've been doing a lot of trainings. And so just sharing this latest training that we have going out. It's a partnership with Kirtland College.
I heard your last one went very well.
I think so.
It did. I can't wait to see what this one is.
You're welcome. And the nice part is the way that we have it working is if you scan the QR code, you go in and you answer some questions, and she really details the 2 hours to what the people there want.
So is this an extension to, should you have taken session one if you're?
Nope, it's
Take session
accessible.
Okay,
If you have experience, or even if you don't, she will be there to answer questions, but the initial ask for her to come back was so we could take you to the next level.
so it helps if you had session one.
It does, but some people are more knowledgeable than what they think.
Yeah.
I think most.
I heard good things about it.
Self-taught.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You were brought up at one of my township meetings. I think it was broadband related. I don't remember. It was just yesterday.
I should have an update on broadband. Again, they've been going through so many changes and the funding is just getting really crazy. And so I reached out to them the other day, over at My High and said, I need a translator to come to West Branch and talk to us about what's going on, what we can do and what it's gonna really look like. Because when we had the last BEAD funding go through, we ended up, I want to say five broadband providers or internet providers finally wrote for coverage of some parts of Ogemaw County. But it's hard pressed to try and find out where all that is at right now. So I asked if we could actually get someone to come here and talk to us straight up about what's going on and what our options are.
Keep us updated. All right. Thanks, Penny. You're welcome. Jared.
All right, I promised. I did go up a little early and talk about this. So the crux of the matter is when the budget passed for the state, the MVA was responsible to give us authorized lanes to spend our monies in from the grant. And they got rid of most of the funding areas. So we're stuck really with training, office space, an employee, and IT. So IT and IT infrastructure. So we had to change the entire grant over the last couple of days. And what we've done is set up our IT so that worked with Tom and Office Central. We're going to be able to have kiosk machines for veterans to come in and actually do some self-help items that currently we don't have. They have to set an appointment, wait forever to get into one of us and, or walk in if Jeff's free and then they can get help, but this will allow them for self-help possibilities and Tom's worked with us on the security piece, stuff like that. Because of the type of records we're keeping, we put a bunch of shredders in there, one for each kiosk area, as well as a large GSA certified shredder to get rid of materials that have HIPAA or PII information on them. So it's classified level shredder.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, we've been over this between our two offices quite a bit. It's very thorough.
You just need a signature.
Correct.
Okay. Do we need this got to be on the meeting for next week or can I sign this
I
now?
think you need it now, right? I get the website.
Yes.
It's due tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a grant application at this point, so I don't think you even need a motion. Just
Okay. Do you guys have any questions for Jared?
I got a snapshot before the meeting, so
You can keep that one.
Oh, okay.
And if anybody ever has any, please feel free to ask.
Thank you for all the communication. I get all your emails. I don't typically respond, but I do read them.
Yeah, I was pulling my hair out a couple days ago, but we're good. Thank you so much for your
Yep,
time.
thank you.
You,
Discussion items, 5A, appointments to various boards of commissioners. Tim, do you wanna?
All right, each year, usually on or around December 31st, some terms on some of our boards and commissions will expire. They're usually staggered, varying terms of office, 3 years, 2 years, or what have you. We've got a list on the iPads of individuals with terms expiring. We've heard back from all but about, it's like about 3 or 4 stating that they're certainly willing to be reappointed to these boards. One person down there at the Health and Human Services Board, that term actually expired at the end of October. So if you were willing, we have not heard back from her, but I understand through Commissioner Serbrook, she would certainly entertain being reappointed to a 3-year term. That one would need to appear next week on the agenda with a resolution to appoint to the 3-year term. The others, as I said, they all expire on December 31st, so there is some time yet. So we have, for instance, one person on the Planning Commission who hasn't responded. I could get a hold of Ryan, have him approach, ask whether or not he's interested in reappointment. If not, we can advertise to fill that position. But this is just the time of year where we get this ball rolling. I was kind of hoping that everybody would have responded and then you could have just done a mass reappointment. But again, we've got a couple who haven't. That could change by next week, but certainly one person will need to be reappointed on that DHHS board. It's only 3 people on that board, so one person being absent is problematic.
Have you attempted to reach out to that
Yes.
on the DHHS?
Right, and I've just again talked with Commissioner Serbrook. He stated that she is interested, but I've not heard back directly from her.
Okay. Comments, questions?
I saw, the main question I got is, there's nobody on that, in the on deck circle right now
Right,
You mean for DHHS?
for anything.
for anything.
For anything, you know, because it's on our website. You can apply to be on any committee at any time and there's a vacancy, so.
Yep.
I'd really like to know if one of these do not want to. I got a couple of names in mind for that I think would like to be involved. I don't know why they haven't signed up because I have said that to them. But I like planning commission especially. Or zoning board of appeals. So if somebody does, there's one of those two, and I could understand why either one of those names wouldn't, they're at that retirement time, you know, they may not, and they both are involved in. Steve Brenner there was on Foster Township Board for years and is not now. So, and then Rob Reed is, of course, up there in Hill Township now. So, yeah, I'd kind of like to know if you, as soon as you hear if somebody doesn't want to be on, I'll rattle the bush, I'll shake the bushes a little bit.
Yeah, I've served on the planning commission on economic development. Them are very good, very interesting, especially the planning commission. I learned so much every meeting. There's a lot to that board.
Yeah.
It's good information, you know. Okay, more to come on that then. Phil, I just seen you walk in. Did you want to add anything? Is there anything you want to say? We got our information, Penny.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're late. That's fiscal year 2026 MSU extension agreement. Come on up, MSU.
Yeah, maybe bring Phil since he didn't get a chance to talk before.
Well,
Yeah, you know, he wants to say something.
Scott. And we're moving along. Thank you.
All right.
Use yourself.
Hello, I'm Julie Darton. I'm the district director for MSU Extension.
Hi, I'm Phil Durst. I'm with MSU Extension right now.
Right now, you already missed
So
it.
this isn't, go ahead, you have the floor.
All right, so what I've proposed or sent to you is the standard annual memorandum of agreement with Michigan State University for our services. It is very much similar to the previous year with a 3% increase in costs for the contract.
Commissioner Scott?
Everything's more than 3% higher than it was last year.
Commissioner Scott, do you have a question?
We give you a millage. We let you
I
get
know.
on the millage and everything and generate more money than you were getting before. Now costs are going up again.
Yes, but everything that we've
Yeah.
projected to cost does fit within the collection amount.
Of the millage.
Of
This
the
is all
millage.
millage money.
Right.
So why I gotta pay you more then if you can?
No, this is coming from the millage collection.
Okay.
Was I unclear? I'm sorry.
She's not asking anything of you.
Should I ask you anything?
No, nothing's coming out of the general fund in this memorandum of agreement. It's included in our proposed budget, which does balance out with the collection of the millage.
When does the millage expire?
It expires, this is the last year of collection, 2026 is the last year of collection. And so we're renewing
You're gonna wanna get back. on
in
the site.
August.
That's what I still had to cut.
What was that?
We would be renewing in August 2026.
I had somebody ask me the other day.
Yeah.
Okay. Commissioner Scott, go ahead.
So you're gonna come and ask us to go back on the millage, go out back on the,
Yes, we will be approaching with language to renew the millage in August 2026. But we don't anticipate changing any of the terms of the
The
millage.
renewal.
It would be a straight renewal, no change to the amount of mills nor to the term of collection. Is that helpful?
sure,
Okay.
I guess. I don't wanna say it's something not a turn.
Tim, do you have anything to add?
Julie mentioned that this was in the proposed budget, and it's actually in the adopted budget, so it's already,
Oh, I misspoke. I have multiple fiscal years.
The 3% increase is already in the budget.
right, so the number that you see here, the
94, I think I just said it.
that's actually a line in the budget already. That's
94, 692.
That's the contracted amount. And then we pay for other things with the millage dollars, rent, utilities, wages for our support staff person, some supplies, postage. But that's all included in the approved budget. And I apologize for misspeaking. I have some counties that are in a January, December fiscal year, and I'm talking about proposed budgets in other counties. So that was a misspeak on my part.
It's okay. Do you have any questions, Commissioner Mayhew? Anything else, Commissioner Scott?
Well, the budget has been approved for 2026.
Well, you guys got, call East Lansing.
They don't give us money.
Yeah, we don't get money from East Lansing.
Having a hard time giving it to you too, so.
It's millage money. People voted for it. Phil, do you have anything to add?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So you know that I work with dairy and beef producers, not just in Ogemaw County, but around the state, in fact, all over the state. Just a couple of things that recently happened. In October, 21st was October, we had the West Branch feeder calf sale right on Fairview Road there. We sold 642 calves and the sale was $1.4 million. That's money that those producers who are from surrounding counties, including our county, that's money they take home and put to use in the community. So a nice sale. Glad to be a part of that and to help those producers out. And then second thing, just this past Monday, I had a meeting with dairy producers about the issue of immigrant labor. Chief Walters was there, Sheriff Gilbert was there, and we talked with them about the issues surrounding immigrant labor and felt that we had a good meeting with good open conversation. And I appreciate both the sheriff and the police chief being a part of that and sharing honestly.
Were there farmers from the area present at that meeting?
There were. And anybody who employs immigrant labor was invited.
How was the turnout?
We had 12.
total, including, shi-
12 farmers
really?
plus 2 law enforcement,
Nice.
plus myself. I had calls from a couple of farmers in neighboring counties who were very interested, but did not come ultimately. It was a meeting that frankly came about after the article in the,
Correct, the collaboration,
right. Because that caused
concern.
concern. Mhm. But what we wanted to do was to try to answer questions, try to help people understand and have a understanding with our local law enforcement. And we appreciate their attendance.
Nice. Good, thank you.
Mhm.
Anything else? Tim, do you have anything to this? So this will be on the agenda for next Thursday, correct?
Right.
Okay,
Gracias.
thank you.
See,
Thank you.
adios.
Item B, fiscal year 2026 tax receivable budget.
And this is, it's actually presented to you on the form that we would do for budget transfers, but this isn't actually a transfer. This is actually a setting of a budget. And of course, Karen's here for specific questions. Just in a nutshell, each year these taxes receivable budgets that they're rotating through, you have one that falls off, another one is added and so on. So we're just cleaning that up and you would be asked by resolution just to adopt this budget. Just looking at past years, this is pretty consistent with where the budgets end up. And it's, like I said, very routine, but we do have to account for those rolling, if you will, tax receivable years.
Karen, do you have anything to add? I don't remember this last year
Yeah,
in this form.
yeah, it didn't come on this form. It was on just the regular budget spreadsheets. And now when I show it to you on the resolution next week, you'll see the format's very similar to all of our other budgets. It won't look like this.
Questions? Commissioner Scott,
That one interest line there, the large one,
120,000?
yeah, would that be tax revolving?
So the interest on there is the interest collected from the taxes.
Mhm.
Because when they come to us as delinquent and the role is established as delinquent role, they were charged an admin fee and interest on the taxes.
Oh,
The
okay.
interest income.
Not
It's
interest,
Interest on
income,
the taxes
the interest billed.
that the taxpayer pays.
Yeah, okay.
How come there's two October fee? There's one for 2,000 and one for 15,000.
Two different lines,
Yeah,
533 and 534.
correct.
So there's different statutory fees required by the state for us to charge. We charge a fee of $175 in March. We charge $15 mailing fee in December. They also are charged publication fees that go on in December, and they're all different timelines for year, whether it's a year delinquent, second year delinquent, or third year delinquent. So all statutory fees required by the state of Michigan.
Commissioner Mayhew, questions?
No.
Commissioner Scott,
No, I looked this over for,
anything else, Tim?
No.
So all you need is a resolution for next week for that.
good to see income coming in.
It's nice to see this. This will be good for the auditors too, to see this be easy to follow. And am I correct on this in this form?
Mhm.
District Court Service Window Proposal.
I might just talk about this one and then the curb cut proposal, sort of as one. In terms of how they would potentially be processed. The district court window is just a service window upstairs at the district court. I did get a note here from Judge Beebe. It would allow for a smooth process for transactions that they have with the public. And she did note that their caseload has increased about 50%. And they have a new employee who's getting used to the process too, but this will help them process people up there quicker and safer. The total cost in my machine is not blowing this up for me. I think it's $4,070 to do that. That literally is altering a wall. That second proposal is for a curb cut out here by the boiler entrance where the truck parks. Right now, if you've seen that or even watched them get that truck parked there, they've got to go up over the curb. And what this proposal would do is actually create the curb cut there. But I have to alter the sidewalk a little bit for the the truck to back out, and that's an $8,950 proposal. Both of these, as I was thinking it through when they were put forward, would be legitimate to have as change orders for the projects we already have going. For instance, the window, well, it's an indoor window, but it's still a window. There will be enough left right now in the contingency on that window project that to cover that cost. And on the curb cut proposal, between the interest earned in the ARPA fund and the contingencies that I anticipate will be left for both the restroom project and the entrance project, could cover this. And I suggest this because, as you know, this money's got to be spent by the end of 2026. And the way things are projecting right now, there's going to be money left in there. You don't want that. So I would suggest that you at least would consider adding these as change orders to the other projects and just roll them into that and use the ARPA money to do it, not use general fund money.
What truck are you talking about with this curb?
There's a white pickup that maintenance uses, and they have to move. I see them mostly moving the trash out of this building up to the dumpster, but they use that for any transport of any equipment to any other location, maybe to mow the grass or do other maintenance work. Truck does get somewhat of a workout. It's used more than the equalization planning truck is. And they park it right outside the boiler room, which is convenient, you know, for what they've got to do in this building. But as you leave tonight, take a look at that. There's no curb cut. They literally have to either go up the ramp where the public comes up, or they literally back that truck up over the curb to get it to the boiler room. This wouldn't just benefit that particular function. We also have deliveries here quite a bit. It would be nice to have a ramp there as well instead of that curb to bring the whatever it is that's been ordered in. And we do get some pretty hefty orders sometimes, paper, other things like that. So it would be very convenient for that too.
Comments, Commissioner Scott?
Well, the curb cut idea was on my list of priorities for ARPA funds back when we made that list. It was down a ways, but it was on there. So I've been in favor of that right along. This window, it says remove and dispose of one window, install a new window. Are we installing a window where a window is now? Or are we putting another window in someplace?
Yeah, I don't pretend to know all the things that are going on, but there's something with the current window where they need to be able to move paperwork back and forth, and they can't do it now. I don't go up there often. I can't even really describe what there's dealing with right now, but
This is district court, right?
right. But this would allow, I understood it was a new window that's being requested, and this will allow them to actually move that paperwork back and forth through the window rather than having somebody come out to the hall or somebody come into their offices.
Oh, I understand that. I'm sorry.
You understand what?
That they're, Mr. Erickson retired and they're replacing him. And I understand that they're moving his office. Are they? Do you know of any?
I have not.
You know this? They're moving his office, gonna incorporate in it with the district court office?
That employee will be moved into the main office, yeah.
Okay, and they'll make use of that other office for something else.
They'll have civil items that were formerly in the other office, in the main office that will be moved over for that paperwork, so that they have an employee that's dedicated to civil, the employee that's dedicated to their other work, and they can use two windows to move paperwork for
Okay,
better workflow,
okay.
is my understanding from what I've.
But are they putting in a window in a block wall
There's
someplace?
a window there already, but they want to have the cutout for the
So
paperwork.
they need a new window with a cutout in it.
That's what I understood.
That's kind of what I'm reading here.
Better.
I can understand a window, glass that size being expensive. And especially with a window opening. And a laminate top, well, I have bought laminate tops that cost that kind of money. It's surprising.
Can it come out of their, I mean, I don't have a problem with this neither, but could it come out of their budget?
You could. You would-
Hasn't majority of upgrades come out of departments' budgets?
Yeah, I'd like to investigate that angle too, because we still got a lot of ARPA project here. This bathroom and that front entrance is, I can see some change orders happening there. We've already found the front entrance is gonna cost more because of that concrete,
The missed windows.
you know. Well, that was the window project.
I understand, but
Yeah, but you're right, yeah. But, so, can we take a look at what their budget lines, offer for us?
I'll talk to them. I'm confident that, you know, that they've had some employee movement too, when we get the retirement, so there probably is
Okay.
pushing in there to do that.
Okay.
this is a great idea, but I think that they should find a area for their budget at this point in time. Commissioner Mayhew,
Okay,
if possible.
yeah.
And then the entrance, the front entrance, I guess I hadn't really paid attention to that. What was the cost on that?
On the cut curb
Yeah,
entrance, 89.50. Building a whole new ramp and everything.
This actually was part of the proposal had we left the entrance in the back where it was. This was part of the much larger number that would have included a new ramp for the entrance and everything else. So this is, you know, was already contemplated once. But it just obviously is not as complex as it we got left the entrance.
this is the overall building grounds. This isn't one specific department. So I don't have an issue with this. You guys good with that?
This is all set on it. We're not bidding anything out because we're making a change order.
Right. Right, this would have required an RFP otherwise. The other one wouldn't have, but this one's over the 5,000 limit.
Yeah. I don't know if, contract, I don't know if RFP and all could save us any money at all. Like to have a standard concrete company like Finished Concrete that does our snow plowing, they do finished concrete all the rest of the year.
Mhm.
I don't know that it'd be any cheaper.
Are they looking to do this before snow flies? Which could be tomorrow? Are they looking for,
If it's tomorrow and then that's it, probably won't get done this year.
are they looking to do this in a time frame?
That was the idea, but again, weather dependent, so.
It's fair. Comments?
Well,
Okay,
asphalt's almost done, no matter what.
fiscal year 2025 fourth quarter budget adjustments.
Got two 20-page spreadsheets that take every budget, every fund that we have and goes through them line by line to make the final adjustments for the year. This is pretty common for the fourth quarter. This is where we're getting everything set up for the audit. I won't go through line by line unless you really want that. We could, but I don't recommend it. But I do want to take you on the general fund, which is the first spreadsheet that's on iPads. If you go all the way to the last page, and there's that section in yellow. And I really want to point this out to you. Things ended for the general fund, the year ended much better than what we projected. And again, these numbers aren't necessarily final. Like the auditors come in, they may need to move money from here to there, but generally those movements are going to be relatively small in terms of the overall impact on the general fund. We will end the year, if right now it would look like with a fund balance, believe it or not, at 21.9%. This is the target that I had for next year. So to met that this year would be absolutely wonderful. Overall, you'll see throughout each of the departments, very few departments actually exceeded their budgets. Most of them were well under. Gosh, and it's looking like mine, it just took the last page. So if you don't have.
See, that's all that I have.
All right, there are 19 other pages to this. That's kind of embarrassing. I apologize.
This is only appropriations that we're looking at.
No, it's a general fund, page 20.
And the same thing happened with, I'm gonna have to repost this for you so that you can see them all. Because all of the other funds aren't showing up either for, and that's really odd.
The only funds we see is under appropriation.
Yeah. You know,
And then the total.
one. All right, I will repost that for you as soon as this meeting's over, so you can see the whole thing. It didn't do that on mine.
It's a BSNA flaw. If you're on the last page, when you try to save or print, it only captures the last
All right.
page. It's a software issue.
I mean, we see your 21.9, we see the yellow graph or the yellow area that you're talking about,
You
which
see
looks
page-
good.
Page 20, and that's unfortunate. You're not seeing 1 through
Yeah.
19.
Right.
But, you know, so I'll load those after the meeting's over with, so you'll have them, but you're seeing the overall for the general fund on that page. That's, you know, all of the total expenditures you see there's for the entire fund. So,
So just so looking at this correctly, fiscal year 2024 fund balance was $456,055.
right,
Projected 2025 fund balance is $2,232 and 107, what? $2,232 and 175.
right.
Ooh, all right, yeah,
One positive cash to boot.
with, yes. That's huge.
Mhm.
Comments?
Well, then you got 21.9, it says percent of total expenditure.
Right, so when we talk about the percentage of fund balance, we take that fund balance number we have, divide that into the expenditures, it tells you what you've got for fund balance, and in this case, almost 3 months worth.
All right, so it's a percent of the,
Right.
yeah, okay.
I guess I'm just gonna ask for a general, we don't have those, everything in front of us, but just for the general public, you've spent a lot of time on this, Tim, I guess, where did you notice the significant improvement from 2024 to 2025? I mean, now we're looking at a pretty significant projected fund balance here. Where did you see the most cost savings?
The most was with the jail.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I,
No doubt, it was. You'll see some other large numbers in there. There is, you know, some additional revenues that weren't, you know, anticipated to come in as high as they did. The one big thing was the general property tax revenue that came in was about 7% higher than what we projected by itself. So that's a pretty significant change as well.
that's kind of what I've reported in the last, to the townships that I went to this week was primarily the savings that we really seen was in the jail. Medical cost was a
Right.
big one. Medical examiner as well was another big one.
Yeah.
Commissioner Scott,
No, you're gonna look at. We're at the same problem with special funds too. We're seeing only page 20 here.
Yeah.
we are,
So I'll fix that
But
one.
the bottom of special funds, it's the same thing. It's a wrap up of the whole
Well, that's,
20 pages, right?
no, that's just a wrap up of that fund. So in that case, you're looking at only the housing program fund.
Oh, okay.
yeah, see,
Last page.
it says housing program.
Right, right. I mean, in yellow there.
You'll see the same thing for every fund. So you've got the road patrol fund, you've got the animal control fund, MSU extension fund. You'll see one of these for each one of those funds. And they all were, with very few exceptions, they are all well within their budget. I believe on the road patrol millage, I believe there's like a 23% fund balance in there as well. So I mean, those costs were very well contained. The ones that did exceed, and you'll see a line in there called the use of fund balance and some of these other funds, there were very small amounts. They weren't really significant. For instance, with the K-9 unit, it was maybe a couple of $100 more in expenses than the revenue they took in this year.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of fund balance there to take care of that. So you'll see that theme throughout the rest of these funds.
Okay. Draft exit interview policy.
That's a continuation from prior conversations. Thank the clerk for pointing out that the spreadsheet that you see needed to be updated. We've had some movement since this was first introduced. So for instance, we've had 2 resignations in the prosecuting attorney's office. So that's been added here. We also had retirement out of district court and some movement in the probate friend of the court area too. So it's all updated that you see here. And then that exit interview policy, I did take to the department heads at our last meeting. It generally was received as, you know, fine. It would be a good thing. the comments reflected that. Well, you did ask a couple of other questions the last time we talked about this, and one of those concerns the year of service. And I did do a breakdown, and I'll get you a detailed graph and everything later, but just for general overview, it's almost a 50-50 split between employees who have been here under 5 years and those who are over 5 years. It's just slightly more who've been here more than 5 years. So that was an interesting stat too. But that also suggests that what you're seeing with the turnover here has been pretty consistent, at least for that 5-year period, in terms of the new employees that we've added. I was also asked about the average MERS contribution. So the county will match up to 7% of an employee's wage, depending on what the employee chooses. The average deduction from employees' pay is 6.6%. So it's a little better of an average than I thought. There are a few that are, doing, 0, 1, 2, 3%, but by and large, most employees have chosen the larger 6-7% contribution. So that was actually, I think good news for the employees that they were seeing that. So when you see the breakdown, I'll show you on the 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and you'll see those numbers are pretty consistent. Usually anywhere between 8 and 12 employees turning over each one of those years. And that's
I'm looking at that right now. I mean, yeah, year over year, 21 being probably the least, but from 22 to 25, we're looking at about the same number every year. Just the departments vary.
right.
Somebody's high one year and somebody's low, then they level off the next year.
I would like in the exit interviews, if the employee that is leaving would like somebody else present with the administrator, that also should be an option. The rest of this looks good. I'd like to continue to monitor this. I think that this is excellent. I'm all about retaining and see if there is an area, whether it's workload, whether, whether it's pay, whether it's vacation time, whether it's training, something more that we can do to try to retain employees.
So you like to see somebody like in paragraph 2.
I was just looking at
employee
it,
has to
based,
participate and
yeah,
give them offer them the chance to have somebody else with them.
correct. And under B2, the face-to-face interview aspect, if they would like somebody else present while they conduct the face-to-face interview with the administrator, give that option to them as well.
I should be.
That's that, everything else I agree with 100%. So I would just like that added. Did you have an opportunity to look at this, Commissioner Scott?
Yeah, I did. And I am now, again, since you were bringing that portion up, I don't see why that would be any, this is all for volunteer anyway. We're not demanding from anybody that they do this. They're leaving anyway. We can't tell them they can't.
Oh, but this, do
I agree with that. That sounds good.
you have anything, Commissioner Mayhew?
Sounds good. What are we gonna do when we ain't got a commissioner?
Oh, well, there's 2 of them on the personnel committee. Currently, there's always 2 that serve on it, so I think it should be one of them too, for sure.
But I'm saying, well,
Administrator.
administrator.
Oh, we're gonna, hopefully, that's next.
I mean, but
That's it's only a short period of time, but I mean, the department head is, or there's a policy in here, I mean, to follow, so, and they can also do it in writing. So I don't know where that will go. Is there where does that go if they do it online?
I would create a form that would go onto Seamless Docs. They fill it out and wherever you want to direct it. I would suggest you go to the administrator. And the idea is too that when the administrator gets critical mass, usually, it would take about 6 months, that a report would be created to the board, but by reporting all of the data in aggregate, you're hoping to protect the anonymity.
Saying it's confidential.
Right.
Well, I think the answer Roger's question, say the administrator was out sick for 2 weeks or something like that. You're not gonna wait a month to do an exit interview. The two commissioners on the personnel committee would just do it. Yeah,
I mean,
along with their direct supervisor or
and
something.
if it's an elected official from another office.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can figure it
Yeah.
out, but it's also available to them online. They can always do, or put it in writing. So
Right.
they have options.
I mean, if we're standing here and we have nobody at the time. And they're gone.
Well, I'll talk to them. Working out so well tonight.
Thank you. Administrator search update.
You all should have received some emails from Chet Janik, and he's also going to be calling each of you to set up a time to meet, I believe next Thursday. Just to go over your individual thoughts about what needs to go into the process. He's also arranged to have 3 candidates come to the next meeting next week. Interview as interim administrator. All 3 candidates have very good county government experience already. I happen to know all 3 of them. Their personalities are all different, but they've got the tools definitely to do the job. So it's going to come down to the interview and which candidate of, if any, that you're comfortable with. I have also gotten a hold of the county attorney. Next week, we will have a draft contract ready to go. Just fill in the blanks. If you are inclined to hire one of these 3, it'd be a smooth move and just adopt the contract that night and get a start date and move forward. But Chet will do, though, in his conversations with you, is get a feel for the timeline, which is pretty well established, but he'll be able to show that to you, talk about what specific qualities you're looking for in the ideal candidate, which will help him in terms of recruitment, and we'll be off and running. We do have the draft contract that is in Chet's hands already, that was already reviewed for as to form by the county attorneys, and it's one that Chet is very familiar with. He's seen it before. So that will be likely signed when he gets back from Seattle. So it's moving along.
Commissioner Scott, comments?
I got a call from Mr. Janik today, and I'll have time next Thursday to talk to him. I think it's going along well. So it's not like our first time, so.
I believe he has plans of coming here next Thursday and talking to employees, and he has called me, I'm pretty sure, every day this week. He's emailed me 2 to 3 times a day. He's definitely, and he's on vacation with his family. He's definitely taking this very seriously. So I think he flies back on Saturday, and then I was planning on being here most of the day next Thursday. And I know he's been in contact with you numerous times as well. So he's pretty intense over this. Anything, Commissioner Mayu? No other updates? Your last day is when, Tim? 20,
21st, so 2 weeks from tomorrow.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Not that I'm counting.
You know.
Commissioner,
I'll be gone for that 20th meeting. The next committee's whole.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have those important meetings in Nevada.
Commissioner comments? There's your comment. Anything
No,
else, Commissioner Scott?
It's going good. I'm anxious to see all the numbers for the budget from the end of 25. We talked about that the other day. So, yeah, no, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Is there any update, just thinking about on the animal control? I did have somebody ask me last night
Oh,
at a budget meeting.
I got an email this afternoon that gave an update on at the shelter, and then that financial report that you'd asked for. I've not had anything from the sheriff's office about the animal control officer. I haven't seen a par come through, so I'm pretty sure he's still with us.
I got the update on the shelter, but I haven't seen anything more on the. I was gonna ask on the, I'm not on the law enforcement committee, but the animal control officer, if there's any contract this time for maybe like a you know, the last gentleman that we spent quite a bit of money on training was with us for a very short time and went to a neighboring county.
Right.
So we had discussed or brought up about if there's any way that they can sign some type of contract, say that they will at least stay after this training that we've invested in them for a year, 6 months or whatever.
You know, I'd have to talk to somebody like Matt about that. It used to be fairly common that you could do that, but I recall there was something a couple of years ago, some court said you can't do that with an employee. But
Who did we do that with? Was it deputies that went to the academy? We did that with somebody.
We did. We paid for their, well, we're paying for the training.
I think we did with the academy for the, in Delta.
yeah,
It's nice because that's information that we take back to our townships when they ask us questions. So, and I said somebody was in training, but that's, I don't have a start date. I don't know where they are with training.
haven't heard anything myself.
Okay. Commissioner, may I have any comments?
Yeah, I got one, and I don't know who we're supposed to ask, but at my meetings, we got a county car running around with a headlight knocked out. It don't work. And they're asking me, how come the cops can drive around with no headlights? I said, I don't know if they're supposed to check the car before they go
Did you get a hold of Paul?
and walk around it. I mean, we supposed to have trucks. We give it a inspection before we drive off.
Did you
But-
ask Paul?
I haven't got hold of him,
Okay.
but yeah, I don't know. But we got one with no light.
Give him an email.
Okay.
Well, did you happen to take a look at that expenses from that letter? About
Halloween, and it was
a
a
letter about
probably
animal control?
they're one of the.
I just got that today. I have not, I've worked all day. So I seen the email come through, but I haven't read it yet.
You got surprised of some of the expenses,
Yeah.
and how they exceed the millage by $18,000.
Oh, my
In a
God.
month. Well, just the payroll alone, that's the millage income for the month, and the millage alone is $1,700 more or $1,200 more.
So are we gonna plan on talking about that? Maybe at the next committee of the whole?
Well, it's gonna be on the with the meeting material for next week is, a report that came in. I haven't had a chance to look at it myself.
It just came through.
Yeah, 3 o'clock this afternoon.
So let's make sure if we don't talk about it Thursday, that it's on the next committee of the whole. Especially when we don't have an officer that's even been actively for the last 2 months.
Especially when total number of county dogs brought in, so one,
So let's make sure we talk about that. Public comment.
yeah. Why are you looking at me?
Uh,
You're the public.
Any public comment? How's Mills Township doing?
Slow but steady.
Hey.
Okay, Steve Yukin from Mills Township. Yeah, we're making progress, but it's frustratingly slow. I mean, we have to work within certain parameters and that's just the way it is, but we're making some progress. With regard to the animal control officer, and I don't hold me to this, but I've got it written on my dry erase board that 11/25 is his start date. I
Okay.
don't know where I got that. I must have heard that here somewhere. Is
That as
weird?
well.
So that's all I've got. Thank you.
Where's Mills Township with, I drove by, the building the other day with converting to their new, property for their township hall.
Yes, there's a contractor in there currently, gutting the place and getting ready to refurbish it. It'll probably be next spring before we're in there. So, but they are in the process of doing it. We got some flooring samples at the hall right now.
Nice.
And things like that. So they're doing what they need to do. But, they are gutting it right now.
It's a nice building.
Yes, it is. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Any public comment on the phone? Motion, hi, Commissioner Serbrook, did you have anything to add? Now's your time. Commissioner, motion to adjourn.
You bet.
Support,
Or
adjourned. Thanks for coming, guys.
Have a nice evening.